There's this thing that's been going on for a long period of time now. Is this stigma or this thing that people tend to believe that once you're a parent, you're free from all forms of accountability. When you're right, you're right. And when you're wrong, you're right. Which is preposterous to me. Yeah. We all know that there's a reason why there are individuals who have grown up to be a certain way, resenting their parents, be it the mom, be it the dad, be it anyone. But there are parents out there who are as proud could be. They'll spin it on you and try to make it seem as if, yeah, it's your matter of fact, you're wrong for even finding me offensive for you going what you went through. But we're gonna dabble in a few examples and I'll break it down further.
Real quick, this one's for the parents or caregivers, present and future. Parenting is fucking hard. And we're gonna fuck up. And we cannot expect our children to forgive us if we never acknowledge our role in their pain. You cannot expect your children to forgive you if you never acknowledge your role in their pain.
You know the crazy part about this whole thing? There are some suckers out there who all they do is run interference. They go, okay, you know what? I'm a parent too. I have children. I'm from the same nation or I'm from the same tribe as this person. We speak the same language. So I'm going to just assume that the parent did what they did in all for the betterment of the child. These suckers love to run interference. They always believe that they're qualified to give their unsolicited opinion to try to vouch for a life that they don't even know. They don't even know this person. They were not there through like during the time of the whole ordeal. They were not present. They were not available. These people are so narcissistic to the point whereby they believe that they could just chime in with their over the top opinion. They come up with opinions and they weaponize that and think that that's solid and formidable enough to debate you when you have the raw, irrefutable facts. Bruh, cognitive dissonance is an issue, okay? And this right here is highly prevalent in West Africa, Nigeria to be exact. Nigerian parents, they are notoriously sinister for this. You know what I mean? Imagine sending your child, to one random nation in West Africa, just putting them through that nonsense. You don't even care how long they stay there. Whether they get hurt, whether they get injured, whether they even get deleted, you already have a fallback excuse. Ooh, I tried my best and stuff. It's crazy, right?
We as parents who love our children, but we make mistakes, say to your son and your daughter, look, son, daughter, is there anything that I have said or done that offended you that I need to ask your forgiveness for? And then don't try to defend yourself. Just listen to your children. And should they tell you what they've been wanting to tell you, then you just be quiet. And if you hear truth coming out of their mouths, don't you say, well, look, I'm your mother. They know that. Tell your child, sweetheart, I am sorry. And I'll do my best to never let that happen again.
You know what's crazy, right? There are some who actually have the unmitigated gall to quote Bible scriptures and use that as a way for, like, as something to cushion their fall so they don't hurt themselves. Some will say stuff like, well, look at the story of Joseph, right? Look at the story of Joseph in the Bible. Well, he was thrown in a pit by his brothers, and because they were jealous, he was punished, he was abused, he was falsely accused, Potiphar's wife, yada yada yada. Look at the way he turned out. And then they now try to link that and correlate that in a way to justify the abuse that they rendered onto you, giving them a pseudo or indirect reason for them not to ask for your forgiveness, sweeping their narcissism underneath the rug. Ain't that something? Some of them are so bad to the point whereby they even gather people in numbers to drown you out so you don't have a voice, so you don't speak. Yeah. That's crazy, right? And then, fam, it's even so corny. I remember this corny guy, right? In one church, right? I heard him say, well, it doesn't matter what your parents did to you. You gotta forgive them. Why? Because they're the ones who had you. Which is the biggest piece of rotten baloney that I've ever heard. Since when did two individuals who decided to have a kid falling prey to their reptilian instincts? They decided to have a kid and they had the kid. So which means everything they do from here on out is okay. It's accepted. They could be as narcissistic, they could be as cruel, they could be as disrespectful. They could be the worst parents on planet Earth. But you believe that they are entitled to their kids' forgiveness. Why? Because they're the ones who had them. 100% devoid of logic. Makes no sense. It's stupid. And these are the same individuals, right, who run around trying to clown single men out there who are living the free agent lifestyle. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. They'll go on and clown people like Coach Greg Adams and other men who have decided to take the passport bro route and say, "Oh, you're not qualified, or you're not this, you're not that, because you decided not to tie the knot with anyone because you saw no point in it." Some of these narcissistic parents will actually tell you that it's about time that you tied the knot when you reach a certain age. I remember this fraud dude, my mama's brother. Yeah, my mama's brother. You know, I remember him saying, "Oh, back when I was 31, you were like, oh, you're 31. You should be married. I know people your age who are already married." Mind you, this dude, right? He got married twice. He got married twice, and he got divorced twice. Took his butt to court, cleaned him out, left him out to hang dry. Got a car from him, got cash from him, got a house. Complete loser. 60-plus-year-old ain't achieved nothing in life. But you see, that's that lack of self-awareness that's consuming these narcissistic clowns, bruh. These narcissistic jerk-offs. They want to be in the position to point their self-righteous finger at you, but they never look inward. Pathetic.
I said in my last video that I don't want to bring kids into poverty, and I saw a comment that said, what if it is God's will that your child would now be the one to lift you out of poverty? First of all, it is very narcissistic to birth kids and put the burden of your wealth on them. Kids are not an avenue. Kids are not an escape. So no, I would not wait when my child is finally probably 30 for him to now take me out of poverty. I will do that now while I am strong, hale, and hearty. That is what health is for. Health is to make money. Health is for wealth. That's why they say health is wealth. Kids are not something you leverage on for all your failures. That's not what kids are for. Kids are not a second chance to reboot your destiny. That's not what kids are for. Do you understand? Kids deserve to live their lives without a burden on their backs, thinking, oh, my mother who married my father and they didn't have money, now I have to work extra hard. No, if my child wants to work extra hard, they're working extra hard because of the ethics that they have, that we have instilled in them, not out of a necessity. Excellence doesn't have to come from hunger. Kids are not a second chance to undo all your failings as a parent. You didn't make money. Oh, maybe our son will make money. Then when he's 18, you start calling him, our son, we don't have food in our house. Then what should he do? Start stealing on the streets? You incompetent bastards. I'm not having children to get to be calling my son at 21. Do you know how young 21 is? Is it because our generation, we've been forced to grow so quick and easy that 21-year-olds are taking care of their families? Do you know how young 21 is? I don't want my 21-year-old son to be thinking, oh, what should I do to give my mom money? Oh, my mom is sick. My mom is... Never. If that's the life, then I will shut my womb forever. I will tie my tubes. Kids deserve to live for themselves. I want my kid to know that it's good to give my mom money, but if I don't give my mom money, she's got her own. My mommy is not a beggar. She's got her life. She has her money, her investments. She's got houses. Kids are to come to... In fact, if anything, kids are supposed to be managing the wealth you leave for them. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for their children. If you don't have money, better shut your womb. Put your penis in your pants.
I've always said it. I said it once and I'll say it again. Just because you decided to have kids, that does not make you a qualified mother, and for sure it does not make you a qualified father. I done said it. Okay? You done ran the streets. You a pothead. You a smoker. No ambitions in life. Nothing. It don't make you a qualified parent. That's how I'm going to end on that. Yeah. Yo, beware. Don't fall a victim.